Hey friends, this is kind of a fun one, a funny subject to me. And I'm going to start it off with a statement of a very good friend of mine, actually kind of a mentor in my life in other areas. He said this to me a long time ago and it's just echoed in my brain ever since. And that is, Tommy, if it don't apply, let it fly. But if it hits, let it stick and do something about it. So with that said, let me ask you a question. Are you the type of broker that just leads with the lowest price? Are you that person? You know, some people would call that a commodity peddler because that's exactly what just price is. That's the commodity part of a conversation. Other people would call it the feature part of the conversation, which actually kind of is going to lead into my point in the first bullet point I have here for you. And I just kind of want to take it back to presentation 101, the features versus benefits type of presentation. So in this example, I believe a feature would be maybe it's the component of the benefit that or the product you're about to put in front, the solution. And in this particular subject, it's the health insurance plan or the program involved with the health insurance plan you're going to bring to the client. The cost of it would be the feature versus the benefit would be all the support and the things that would, I believe, make that client's life easier and actually make it an enjoyable experience for them. And so a perfect example of that would be, since it's me on the camera and I'm talking about Evolve Benefits, is my MEC plan is very affordable. In fact, it's probably the most affordable MEC plan in the marketplace, especially with the benefits associated with it. But that's just the features part. It's the lowest cost plan. So what? You know, there's other MEC plans out there too. You know, a MEC's a MEC's a MEC. It's a feature. It's the commodity part. But the benefit to offering my particular MEC and the program associated with that is the back-end support. We're going to give your clients a dedicated account manager and an employer portal. They can go on that portal and do some of these tasks on their own, or they can get with the account manager that we give them, and the account manager will do that for them. The employees are going to get dedicated customer service reps that are bilingual. We're open all hours of the day, handling calls from East Coast to West Coast, and we make everyone's life easier on the broker level and the client level. See, that's the benefit of offering our program. That's a great example of benefits versus features. Usually the cost of my MEC plan usually comes up at the very end of the conversation because there's so much more to talk about, which brings me to my last point. I'd like you guys to all kind of really think about these things first and foremost before you dip into that old habit of leading with the price. Start thinking differently. Start thinking about the perception versus the reality. Okay, we already know what the reality is, but you need to really ask certain questions, get the client thinking differently in order to change their perception versus the reality that they think that they're in, which is the end all be all. We've been stuck with this solution for 10 years. That must be all that's out there. Time out. Especially these days, that's not all that's out there. On a weekly basis, there's innovative solutions that are coming out that are just better than the ones that came out last week. So you gotta be current. You gotta get to know those things. Relationships are a big deal. Relevant partnerships are a big deal. Trust is a big deal. Quality is a big deal. You know, these are the kind of things that I think you should focus on before you start just doing what everybody else does and just lead with the lowest price. So I'd love to hear some comments about this. You know, I'm kind of expecting some people to laugh. I'm maybe expecting some people to get their feelings hurt, maybe, you know, fire a comment off, whatever. It's all fun, and it's just a funny subject to me because I've been there. I used to be that person. Before I had product knowledge and before I made a decision to be a student of the industry and always stay current, all I had was the price. So I get it. That's why I'm talking about this. So anyway, this is a great conversation to have. Love to have it with you sometime. And of course, I look forward to talking to all of you very soon.